What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here doing a TLG reacts to the Nintendo Direct that happened earlier today for the Nintendo Switch 2. They revealed the Nintendo Switch 2 and they revealed some games. I actually got quite a bit of it spoiled for me. I have not watched any video on anything, but I woke up and opened X, and instantly I saw Switch 2, saw price point, saw price of games, saw a couple games. And I was just like, oh, okay. Guess I know what we'll be seeing here. But this is like an hour-long Nintendo Direct, so probably plenty of stuff I haven't seen. There is something that I knows in this that I haven't seen like anything on. I saw somebody talk about it. And so I'm actually really excited to watch this because it's a new console and new games. And something I had alluded to earlier, because you didn't get, I don't think anything really spoiled for you.
Except for I think I got the price spoiled for me the moment we got home. But
okay. But I had alluded that there is something here that I think is going to affect gaming in general, which we'll discuss when that comes up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this. Excited to watch it. It's an hour long. How you feeling? And are you excited to watch this? And you just said one thing got spoiled for you, but other than that, what's up?
Yeah, doing good. I honestly, outside of like, because we got to like kind of see the console, which was nice.
Yeah, we already saw it in a prior thing.
I don't know anything about this, so it will be a pleasant surprise. Outside of, unless the price I saw was fake, but it looked real, if I had to guess. So, but yeah, otherwise I haven't seen anything. So
the price point, and we'll talk about it when it gets revealed, but it's basically what I predicted. So I wasn't too surprised by that, but we'll get that confirmed and then we'll discuss it then.
Okay.
So yeah, we should probably start watching this. It's an hour long. Okay. You ready to watch it?
I am.
All right. This is the Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Switch 2, in 3, 2, 1, go. And go. And go. So weird, we're so far into the console cycle of Xbox and PlayStation that we got a new console coming out just on its own. Little extra on the budget for this one.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
We did see this already.
We saw a little blip of it.
Yeah.
Let's go!
I'm excited for a brand new Mario Kart, considering the Mario Kart that's now being played is a Wii U game.
True, though they supported the hell out of it.
Sure.
Vehicle types.
Oh yeah, dude. It's taking me back to Diddy Kong Racing. Graphics are definitely better than the Switch. Very clean looking. Grinding.
Yeah, so everything grinds and
holy shit.
Wall tricks.
You can do all sorts of X game shit in this.
What?
This actually looks kind of cool. Like Mario Kart's always going to be solid, but it seems like they're adding like a lot to this.
Also looks like people have outfits.
You know. Okay. That actually looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone. I'm Koichi Kawamoto, and I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct. I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
Same, dude.
I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2. And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
You're gonna race.
And fly.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world. Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe. Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
That's cool. This is basically their Forza Horizon.
It's kind of feeling that way.
And in this Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
Okay.
In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place. But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up.
It's a shitload, but we noticed that in the original teaser.
Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
This is definitely kind of giving me like the Nintendo approach to Forza.
Yeah.
Vibes.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Okay. I always like
you
races
make it
like
all the way
that.
to the finish line?
Why do they need vehicles that
You
can
can
fly
also
when she can
freely
fly?
drive around this vast world in free roam.
Gotta follow the rules, dude.
By going off-road, you can explore new areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you.
I like there's actually stuff on the map. Like there's things going on. Wouldn't
You
really
can
expect
also
that.
go for scenic drives with friends. And even
cool.
take photos together at different locations.
Social features. Minor, but
A brand new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World!
one thing about the
The game
design of
launches on
that.
the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay.
That makes sense.
More details about this title will be shared in an upcoming Mario Kart World Direct. So
Holy
be
crap,
on the
guys.
lookout for more
They're
information
launching a
in the
console.
future.
Yeah.
That makes
I know.
sense, but it's kind of crazy. A lot of open world racing games, I think, kind of fail because like the races never feel like handmade. It just feels like you're racing in their big open map, and it feels like shit. Forza Horizon obviously is its own thing that I think does it the best. But one thing that I noticed in that is all the racetracks seem like they were Mario Kart racetracks in an open world, almost the same vibe as you get from like, oddly enough, like Elden Ring. How Elden Ring's like a big open world, but then like when you go to like locations, they feel like a Dark Souls, like dungeon basically.
Yeah,
like they're kind of like it all feels hand designed and not just kind of like cookie cutter fucking open world stuff. That's what that kind of seemed like. So I'm actually really interested in that.
Mario Kart
Yeah, no, it
World
looks cool.
launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it. Next, we'd like to
Seems like a
introduce some of
launch
the
title.
new features of Nintendo Switch 2. These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2. And on the right Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button.
I don't think we got info on that.
It was
Let's
blank
take a look
before.
at some new experiences it offers.
Content button.
It's the shadow play button, dude.
I'm still ahead of all of you guys. Woo! That was me. That was you? So quick. Oh, no. Wait, no.
Some online social features on unlike past fucking Nintendo consoles.
Hopefully, if you're in a voice call,
Introducing
people-
Game Chat, a new feature for
It doesn't
Nintendo
look like
Switch
that.
2.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
I don't like
Hello?
Hi, missed you.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah?
Yeah, follow me.
Okay.
For an adventure.
While using the game chat feature, your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Oh, okay. But you're still behind me, right? All right, let's keep going. Okay. So,
It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
Look at this. Jump on here. All right, let's keep going. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a.
When it's noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you chat with ease.
How did you get hit by a bow?
Okay, nice.
It does look beautiful. It's so pink.
And you can use this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily
So
chat
happy it
with
looks
friends
bigger.
and family.
Or that it is bigger.
If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen sharing,
Good job, good job. There we go.
Add a Discord.
you can also share your game screen.
Yeah.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really?
They can do that?
Can do it?
You guys are just
Which is good because Nintendo needs features like that.
100%. I just hope you can
he's trying to
opt
eat me,
to
he's trying to
hide
eat me.
that as well.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, no.
Okay. You can chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard, right? It's tough.
Oh, wow. I'm like in the sky right here. I fell. I'm falling. Okay, we got it. We're safe.
I'm in the sky right here.
Star, that's so cute.
So cute.
You can adjust the size of your game screen.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm lost.
Plane just gone.
Where'd you go?
Or expand another friend's game screen.
You gotta get above that wall.
At least they're being honest with the frame rate of that.
If she gets past the wall.
Yeah.
Where I have to do a little wall ride.
Okay.
So everyone can watch them play.
Oh, I think I know where you are. Wait.
Okay, I think we have to try that.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Let's take a picture here.
Okay, are you ready?
Smile.
Yay.
Oh, yo, that's sick.
I like your pose, Meeks.
On the right Joy-Con 2 controller, there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, really? Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back, yeah?
Okay, for sure.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And there's this. By connecting this camera to the system,
Yeah, someone in Nintendo decided to modernize, huh?
Hey, what's up?
I would say it's just Nintendo joining the fucking modern age.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Good?
you can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game.
Your face is on here.
Wait, Nick, how was your test yesterday?
It was good.
No.
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
I'm way behind, guys.
There you go. I bet you like
Can
that.
you wait?
It's cool you can have just their
Please look
faces and
forward
not
to
the
games which
gameplay.
use your
Yeah.
camera feed like this.
That was good.
That is a pretty good use of that.
Go left,
Yeah.
left,
Oh,
left.
wait, maybe
Let you
if I
fix
go a
it.
little more this way. Oh.
Using game chat. Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as
It's
if
actually
you were
a pretty
together in
cool
the same room.
Feature if they integrate it
Play
into
together,
games like that.
or
Yeah.
compete in online multiplayer games. Chat while
Switch
playing
to
your
is
personal
sweating doing all
favorites.
that.
Decide your
Bro, I got
own
a lot
rules
going
for a
on.
retro game competition. Or hold a sports competition between families. All together, anytime, anywhere. Game chat.
Some basic stuff there that you would expect from like any other
What did
console,
you
but
think?
then like there's pretty neat stuff there
In
too.
developing
So
Game Chat, our goal was for you to enjoy playing online with others more closely, including family and friends. Almost as if you're all playing together in the same place.
Especially with how like resistant Nintendo seemed to be with like
The camera
wanting
you
to
saw
do
in the
online
trailer is
stuff.
the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, which will be available on the same day as Switch 2. A Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required to use Game Chat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
However, since we'd like as many people as possible to experience Game Chat, it will be available without a membership for a limited time.
it's good.
We hope you'll try it out.
Here's a little sample.
Additionally, Game Chat supports the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different settings can be adjusted. For example, whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use Game Chat to play with their friends.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends.
That's huge on it.
On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game, with GameShare. As shown here, even games that require multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game. With GameShare, you can temporarily share compatible games with others who also have Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch system. You can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
GameShare also supports online play
They've done
with
stuff
other
like that in the
Switch 2
past, though.
systems.
Yes, yeah.
And you can use it with friends via Game Chat, which we showed earlier.
Yeah, like Puyo Pop Fever. You
GameShare
could
can
play
only
up
be
to 8
used
player
with
one
compatible games.
copy of a game.
This feature is planned for several titles, starting with a
Clubhouse
free
was the
update
one I
for
thought of
Clubhouse Games
immediately.
51 Worldwide Classics on Nintendo Switch. GameShare support is also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
Up next, we'd like to show you
Effect
the
added.
Nintendo Switch 2 system
Don't sue
itself.
me, please.
This will not happen when you
Please
do
take a
it.
look.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2
features.
has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to
That's
Nintendo
a
Switch.
big increase.
The system's thickness remains the same.
Impressive, but also it's been a while since.
With approximately
Switch came out.
double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
Okay. 1080p screen.
The screen supports up to 120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles. The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images. The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically. Strong
I like
magnets
the
keep the
colors on the side of
controllers
the screen.
firmly attached to the system. Detach a controller easily by pressing the release button on the back. The SL and SR buttons are bigger. for greater
Yeah, that's a
comfort
big
and control
difference.
when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held horizontally. The left and right sticks are now larger.
Nice.
Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games.
That shit's
Both the
wild.
left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, wow. You're going to definitely
By
see it in Mario
adjusting
Party,
the
I'm
audio
sure.
balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes.
I actually thought the Switch had pretty good speakers.
Yeah.
It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends anytime via Game Chat. It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly.
Cool.
Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
That's pretty impressive how they just did
Place
that.
your Nintendo Switch 2 however you like with a large, sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this. In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
Cool. I'm always a fan of more
It's handy
USBs.
for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode.
Cool. Love that.
It's much smarter.
Nintendo
design.
Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo
Okay.
Switch, for storing your
Good.
game downloads,
Good start.
save data, and more.
Small, but
It's small, but it's
Reading and
better
writing
than what
data
it was.
is also faster.
Good.
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for
Yeah, I think it's funny
compatible
because the last one
games.
was 1080p in the dock. and
HDR
720,
is also
and this one's
supported in
4K
TV mode.
to 1080.
Yeah. Interesting.
The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool. This helps keep performance stable.
That's good. Especially if you're playing 4K, I'm sure it's going to be demanding.
Used to have to buy stuff like that from
On
like
Nintendo
third-party
Switch 2,
vendors back
you
when
can
I
play
used to
Nintendo Switch 2 games,
work in retail.
as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch. We redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in lots of new gameplay features.
It's literally what I
And
wanted
to help
from the
players
next console.
better
Just
understand the Switch 2 hardware,
better improved
we're
Switch.
currently developing this game.
with some new features, of course.
Mr. Kawamoto!
Hello. My current location is actually
Zappies.
inside the game
Yeah,
itself.
he's a little guy.
This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
This is so reminiscent of like the
I'm standing over here.
PlayStation when the DualShock
Okay,
came on. They
everyone,
had the little
join me inside the
Astrobots.
game.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers attach to the system with magnets. And those magnets are inside the system. The SL and SR buttons on the Joy-Con 2 are made of metal, so that's how they attach to the system.
Oh, that's kind of genius.
A magnetic circuit is formed between them, so they won't easily detach. Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2.
Man, they're just stepping you through how
Another
they made the
example,
thing, so
the
if you do
Joy-Con 2
anything, they can
controllers
sue
have
you.
mouse
Like,
controls.
we were clear. We
And
fucking
when
told you
combined
how we
with the
built it.
gyroscopes, you can even do something like this.
Don't rip us off.
You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2. By combining the mouse controls and gyroscopes, things like this are possible. There are secrets to discover even as you're playing mini-games and tech
Yeah,
demos.
this is definitely like Playroom.
Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out.
I actually
There
kind
are
of love
plenty.
that they have like an interactive thing to show off the console.
Nintendo Switch 2
Right.
Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch
Paid?
2.
You should
So
fucking just
please
give
check it
that.
out if you're interested.
Now, I'd like to share some more information regarding Nintendo Switch 2. This is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles.
Yeah, I heard about this.
It's the same shape as Nintendo Switch game cards,
That's 100%
but it's now red
compatible.
and it has much faster data reading speeds. Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards. They're a different type of SD card and will make high-speed data transfers possible. Please note that regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
Makes sense. Need the read speed.
Additionally, to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With this feature, you can transfer save data, digital games, and more. We're also releasing a new Pro Controller.
Oh shit.
It has a C button, which launches Game Chat.
Thank
and
you.
on the
Nice.
back, there are new GL and GR buttons, which you can use to assign existing button controls.
That's cool.
In addition, an audio jack has been added. We've introduced a few new features, and after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2. We hope you'll check that out as well.
And now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date. Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
Really?
Holy
We're very
crap.
much looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it, so please wait just a bit longer.
That's not that far away.
Now, broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games. The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games. These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2. The second type is compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games are the third type. Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
The Metroid game coming out soon, I feel like is going to have a Switch 2 version of the Switch.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls, audio recognition, more expressive rumble, and gameplay that uses a camera accessory, all of which can be accessed on Switch 2. Let's check out 3 new and updated modes. First up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to see each other's faces as you play, so you can experience all the reactions and emotions in real time. Or 4 friends can take the party online. Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode
It's also going to be good for like content. If you're like streaming it or like recording gameplay, to have people's faces on the screen like that.
Collect the most coins. Guide an RC car with your voice. Go! And compete in other mini games using full body movement and sound.
They want you just fucking doing everything.
Take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival
This
coaster.
is just extras they added
With the
to the
safety
game.
bar lowered and secured, you're off. Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
Training Nintendo players how to play mouse and keyboard.
You enter a pipe, a mini game will begin.
we know we're a little behind on this,
game
but
where 2 players each control an arm.
get you
And
guys caught
one
up.
where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive mini games. How quickly can you reach the station? From mini
Those guys
games
didn't
that
stand
use
a
a
chance.
camera,
They're getting
the
fucking
built-in
lit up.
microphone, mouse controls, and rumble. The biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree
Kinda
TV
want that too.
launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
This is gonna be excited for Switch
24th.
again.
Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition
What's
plus
that
Jamboree
cost?
TV
Yeah, $10?
by
Yeah.
purchasing an upgrade pack.
I'm not gonna say that.
Please look forward to a new Mario Party experience. where you can
$40.
see each other's reactions while playing. Let's continue presenting some more Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games.
Yeah.
That was
I
given.
Figured.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda
Wow,
Tears
mouse
of the
and keyboard
Kingdom
support, and you'll just be able to
feature enhanced resolution
shoot
and frame
everything.
rates,
Right?
and also support
Link gets a
HDR,
machine gun.
which makes the image
Gets
more
rid of the sword
vibrant,
and gets a Glock.
so you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics. Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices.
I'm good.
It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles. For example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating.
Damn, it's like Google
Proceed
Maps.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Or you can share your creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create in their game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
These features are better than I thought they'd be. As soon as they're like, put this on your phone, I'm like, eh. But that's actually kind of neat.
I already have the Switch app on my phone, but because that was how you
We
had to
hope
do
these features
voice
will make
chat
your
on
adventures
Switch.
even more enjoyable. In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates. This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious changes.
I'm not even familiar with this game.
We hope
Not
you're
either.
looking forward to Kirby's new adventure. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Yo, makes sense. They always have a game that's like a bridge between consoles.
In addition to standard controls, you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
Fucking knew it.
It's hilarious to me that I've always
Plus,
said like it's
you
too
can
bad you couldn't
explore
like
the
have
immersive world
movement
in
with the
4K at
joystick
60
and
frames
aim
per
with the
second.
mouse. And
Or enjoy
I like how
smoother
Nintendo
action in
decided
full
to do
HD at 120 frames per second.
You can do it on PC,
Choose
but
from these two
yeah,
modes,
sure.
both
Set
of
it
which
up
support
weird.
HDR, based on your preference and playstyle.
It's awkward holding
Plus,
like a full controller with one hand, though.
Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as
I
well.
just flew.
By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2,
Seems like everybody in
you can
Nintendo
enjoy
games
your
are just
adventure
flying.
in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
I'm not seeing it.
The Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both physical
Pokemon Company
and
needs to be
digital versions.
trying a little harder on their visuals.
And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack. We hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo
How much is
Switch
that?
2 edition games.
All yours for
Next, I'd like to
Full
introduce a
retail
brand new
price.
game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers. Please take a look.
dual wielding.
First mouse ever to have a fucking thing to put on your wrist so you don't throw it. What's the DPI on those things? Are they like decent? Or are they gonna feel like shitty? Never thought somebody would make a video game where you play as, I forgot what it's called, but you play basketball in wheelchairs.
Yeah. Oh, their hands are almost the size of the wheels.
Yeah, I hate the character models. They look weird.
Dang.
That's a Cody game.
In
Yeah?
Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull off various moves. We hope you're looking forward to a
Except it
new
seems
twist on 3-on-3
exhausting.
matches.
I don't know if
using
I've
dual
ever
mouse
used
controls.
two
Mice?
mice at the same time.
Next,
That's
here are some games from our
not only did they
publishing
add a
and
mouse to the
development
fucking
partners coming to
console, now
Nintendo
they're
Switch 2.
pushing it to the next level, making you use two at once.
I have long observed the lands between.
Nice.
Dope.
This world is in dire need of repair.
Just dawned on me that that Switch 2 will likely be able to play a lot of games that the Switch couldn't play.
That's also, for people who don't have Steam Decks, a way to play Elden Ring mobilely now.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
I have no doubt you will
Yeah, it
become
still looks fine, but you can tell it's not like,
May you take the throne.
max graphics. That's cool though.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasavin from Supergiant Games, here to say that Hades 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister
I haven't
titan.
played that game. I played the first one. It was pretty
Battle
fun.
beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth.
That one came out though. It was like
Getting to know
early
dozens
access.
of
I'm like, I'm
characters
out.
from Greek myths in a story
Finish the
that
game, I'll
reacts
play it
to your
then.
every
Yeah.
setback and victory. It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and play whether you're experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
皆さんこんにちは。カプコンの中山です。我々がお届けするタイトルはストリートファイター6です。本体を持ち寄っての対戦はもちろん、任天堂スイッチ2だけの新モードもあります。ソフトは通常版の他に総計26キャラクターを収録したイヤーズ1、2ファイターズエディションの2バージョンと、さらにゲームと連動するアミーボとアミーボカードも一緒にスイッチ2の発売日にお届けします。お楽しみに。
I didn't know they still did that.
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine. Normal. Commencing launch.
After 2 long wars where our freedom was restricted, we will finally be liberated from humans.
I'm in need of a new arsenal, new equipment, and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
Rebels! From some of the X-Armored Core devs.
Thanks for the warm welcome! This planet will be ours.
The Sovereign Axiom, the Trinitas, has almost completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No! Because we're in the middle of a war. Don't you get it?
I won't just stop you. I'll tear you apart!
All children bring hope to our lives.
That's the name.
Don't they?
Hey, this is Joseph Forrest from Hazelight.
What's up?
I'm super excited for Split Fiction to come to Nintendo Switch 2. The game is a story
It's
about
our game of the
friendship.
month this month.
You play as Mio,
We'll be playing
who
it and
writes
reviewing it at the end of the
and
month.
Zoe, who writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and a friend to help them break free. Now, let me tell you this: if you like It
You can tell
Takes
he's
Two,
recording this for
you're
Nintendo.
gonna
He's being
love
very
this
calm.
one. Trust me. And of course,
You don't
you'll
like
be
that.
able to play Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
At EA Sports, we're bringing fans together across the world, both on the pitch and on the gridiron. We're excited to announce that EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden NFL will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform. EA Sports, it's in the game.
That's what you
Hi,
say.
Alan Tu from Avalanche Software. We are bringing Hogwarts Legacy to Nintendo Switch 2.
Nice.
With enhanced graphics and seamless world transitions, you'll be immersed in the Wizarding world like never before. And the new mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure. Discover the enhanced magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same
Can't wait
day
to try that
as
out. I'm
Switch
so
2.
curious about it.
Captain, is that mic supposed to be on? Son of a...
I think it's hilarious that they were like, Bam Margera won't be in this. And then I believe Tony Hawk complained about it basically, and they threw him right back in. It's like, it was that easy to throw him in? Like, fucking, it's ridiculous that they even took him out.
Yeah, no, that's silly. I'm glad he said something. That's like,
No, it's great that he said something about it, because, like, why would you take out, regardless of people are like, he's a mess, right? He's honestly doing way better than he was, but, like, regardless of, like, whatever he's going through now, he was
Hello, this is
a
Christian
famous
Elverdam
fucking
from
skater.
Iowa Interactive.
He was part of the game.
We are bringing our flagship title, Hitman World of Assassination, to Nintendo Switch 2. As the best assassin in the trade, Agent 47 does everything he can to accomplish his mission. And how each mission progresses will vary depending on the player's imagination.
dang, a hippo?
Oh, yeah.
Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2. Plus, we are excited to bring another familiar agent to the platform. James Bond. The world's favorite spy is coming
got
to
a new
Nintendo
game?
Switch 2,
Interesting.
so stay tuned.
I don't know who the hell they're going to base it off of, though. There's no Bond right now.
Yeah.
Is reborn. Bravely Default returns, remastered in high definition.
The first one?
Featuring the Brave and Default commands that help you control the flow of turn-based battles. Change and customize jobs to build out your very own party. Enjoy your adventure with upgraded features and enhancements.
Yeah, try that game sometime.
With unique ways to play. Square Enix presents the classic fantasy RPG, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Set foot in Luxembourg as a warrior of light once more.
I'm
セガ龍が如くスタジオ代表の横山です。我々がお送りするタイトルは龍が如くゼロ誓いの場所ディレクターズカットです。1988年東京と大阪2つの歓楽街を舞台に土地を巡る争奪戦が勃発。伝説の始まりを追加シーンとともにお楽しみください。発売日は任天堂スイッチ2の発売と同じ日です。今後のシリーズ展開にもぜひご期待ください。
We'll have more games to show from our publishing and development partners, but for now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
Okay, so Warriors game.
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians, who dwelled on the surface, their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom. But in time, a terrible evil arose. A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call the Imprisoning War.
Perhaps you truly have traveled back in time.
Not a Warriors game?
So that's Hyrule Castle? Then that must mean this really is the past.
Yeah, it looks alright. But I also haven't really played.
That was Hyrule
Wait, that was Tears of the
Warriors
Kingdom,
Age of
right?
Imprisonment.
Before?
It's being
They said
developed
it's
by
before
Koei
Tears of the
Tecmo
Kingdom?
Games with support
Okay,
from
well, anyway,
Nintendo.
I didn't play that, so I don't have any hype for that.
We hope you're looking forward to the untold story of the Imprisoning War, which took place in Hyrule long ago.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online. You can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2. And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can enjoy a
Good
new
old
membership
Nintendo
benefit
Genesis.
exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo GameCube, originally released in 2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch.
That was so long
A
ago.
Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon come to life through cell shading. Controlling the wind using a mysterious baton, Link sets sail on an adventure across the Great Sea. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Transcending history and
Hell
the
yeah.
world. A tale of souls and swords eternally retold. In this 3D, weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes equipped with a different weapon.
Now,
And
if
Link
only they'd
from
make
the
a
Legend
brand
of
new
Zelda
one.
series enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2. Experience a world of white-knuckle racing at speeds over 2,000 kilometers per hour. 30 machines will put it all on the line in death-defying races. Featuring the series' first machine customization and story mode, get ready to experience F-Zero GX. In games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online. Enjoy these classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases.
That's cool.
You can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking. More titles will be added in the future. Nintendo
Twin
GameCube,
Snakes?
Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack launches the same day as the hardware's release. And a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released. It can
That's cool
connect
for
wirelessly and
people
also
who
has
like that
a C
controller.
button to quickly access Game Chat. The Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't played them before, we hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics. Of course, you can continue to play select games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing and development partners.
All right.
Hi, I'm Randy from Gearbox.
Why do you look like
Borderlands
that?
4,
What happened to
our
him?
upcoming
Hollywood.
flagship Borderlands game will launch
failed
on
movie?
Nintendo Switch 2.
You
Borderlands
just
is
embrace
back.
Hollywood, dude.
Loot and shoot your way through a world filled with wild enemies and outrageous weapons. We're still in development, and it's already the most ambitious Borderlands game we've ever made. Borderlands 4 will launch in 2025. We'll be
The hell
sharing
are
a lot
those?
of the game in the months ahead, and
Why does he
more
look like
from
that?
2K on the way.
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis Games. We're releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid
can use your
Meier's
mouse?
Civilization 7. In
Get the
Civ
real
7,
PC
you'll establish
experience?
an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history. With the new mouse controls, players can enjoy a more intuitive gameplay
Hell yeah.
experience.
It actually does open up a lot
Civ
of
7 launches on the
avenues for
same
them.
day
Kind of
as Switch 2.
huge. Because you could just bring over
Already
PC
own the
style
Nintendo
games
Switch
that
version, you can
you don't have to like remake a whole UI for the game.
Purchasing the upgrade. And we have even more news from 2K.
Hi, I'm Lionel Jinks.
And I'm Ben Bishop.
Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K
Ben doesn't even want to be
is
here.
coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm Ben Bishop.
Plus NBA 2K as well.
We can't wait to see you in the ring.
And on the court.
4 kids.
Put on
find us
PlayStation
all
Plus, then where you can find me there.
Off they went, armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation. Boom! Terrible at steering a raft. Let's slay some trees.
Jesus.
Awesome! You nailed it! Hook, line, and sinker.
And
Taste
they're
of
having a very
maize
successful
and
time being stranded.
Throwing shit.
Really have started to master this survival thing. Next stop, the top.
Where's the survival? They're just playing.
Nicely done. Well, I think that's everything. Let's set sail. This time.
Yeah, they just conquered
for
that
home.
place.
So that's not survival, kids.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Hi, I'm Dave Crooks from Dodge Roll. Here's
It's weird. I used to love
at
survival
Enter the
kids,
Gungeon 2.
but that's fucking.
Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel. Now reloaded in a new 3D art style. You can expect some fan-favorite elements to return. We're still working on the game, and we're excited to share more with you in the future.
You sound excited. We're still working on the game. It's cool. It's gone 3D though. This is also Survival Kids.
Oh, so this is just an invasion of another planet.
Yeah, this is Starship Troopers.
Click on the rock, Jimmy. Huh.
You see gameplay, but it seems
Hello,
interesting.
my name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We are delighted to bring the immersive world of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time. Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure RPG set in night. Thanks to Nintendo Switch 2, you can transport yourself to the city of dreams at home or on the go. Get ready to meet unforgettable characters and discover engaging stories when Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day.
こんにちは、スクエアエニックスの浜口です。任天堂スイッチ2でファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードを発売いたします。本作はミッドガル脱出までを描いた3部作シリーズの1作目となり、20年以上の時を経て再創作された新しい FF7 を体験いただきます。スイッチ2で展開する FF7 リメイクシリーズにぜひご期待ください。
I never want to see Sephiroth's face to that music again. I still need to try that. I downloaded the demo and I just didn't start it up. I am curious. What the hell is that? What the hell's the S?
Switch.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Miss Wild Hearts. I'm so upset they didn't support it. Now just throw the finals on there. Use the mouse. Gonna get wrecked. I don't know what that is. Looks kind of neat. That's one reason I gotta not buy a Switch too, is just all the JRPGs that's gonna come out for it. I haven't got time for it. Although I really want to play Xenoblade Chronicles X and 3. I really like what they did with the newest version of X because they changed the character models. They look less like weird because in the original game they had like gigantic eyes and just looked ridiculous. And so it makes the characters more interesting looking.
We've shown a lot of games so far. The next game will be the last from our publishing and
How many
development
Switch 2s does he have under that coat?
Please take a look.
Is this the big one? This is the first thing I saw.
I give you my blood. I give you my life. Turn, O wheel, and transport him to a night of moonlight, to humanity's very dusk.
Fuck yeah.
Like a new title?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I won't talk about it, but I got this spoiled for me. Yeah, he's hauling ass.
All right, so it's in London. That's crazy. Vampire stuff, huh?
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
This is like Bloodborne meets Armored Core. That robot guy flying around. At least it
low for one.
Feels different.
It is definitely different, yeah.
And one alone.
You are in your pajamas.
Yeah, that guy needs to get dressed. Duskbloods.
Oh, I saw that splash screen. Good thing I had no idea what that was.
Yeah, I believe it's exclusive to Switch 2, which is a great get.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know if I'm in love with the theming, but I'm sure it'll be fun.
What you just saw was a brand new game by From Software. We'll be publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, will share more details about the game.
Miyazaki's
So please check it
working on
out
it.
when it's available. That's all from our publishing and development partners. We'd like to thank the developers who appeared today, as well as our publishing and development partners.
I also read, but I didn't say it
footage for
here,
this
so it might just be completely fake. But somebody said it was like a PvEVP game.
In addition to what you saw today,
So
our partners are working on many
basically
games
like
coming
all
to
their
Nintendo
games?
Switch 2.
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll
Yeah, you
showcase
can
more
get
games in the
invaded.
future, so we hope you're looking forward
Maybe
to
it
it.
has like a more
forcefully
Yeah.
in most of them.
Maybe it'll
Next,
be a more upfront.
Please
thing.
take a look at this.
But in that trailer, looked like somebody got summoned in with them.
Yeah. Dang, beat it. dangerous way of getting around there, dude.
Why is that his mode of transportation?
He just lays on it.
Yeah. He's like barely on it. He's like fucking flying around. There he goes.
Hello, racer.
Guess so.
Isn't that the dude who makes Smash?
Kirby Air Ride, which originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system over 20 years ago, is getting a brand new game.
Okay, that's
we
why
hope
it's
you're looking
Riders,
forward
okay.
to Kirby Air Riders, directed by Masahiro Sakurai. Next
I
is
read
our
that.
last trailer for today. Please take a look.
And then this. I'm pretty sure I got spoiled for me. I haven't seen it. But it sounds cool.
It's interesting that their first platform is not going to be Mario.
Man, Switch 2 is a little more powerful, and they're like, let's make open world games and let's add destruction, all sorts of shit. They're going all out.
Yeah.
I'm stoked about this because like a lot of the Donkey Kong games have just been like 3D but 2D perspective platformer games, which is fine. I know people like those, but to get like a 3D one like this is pretty neat. That's the perspective I was more so thinking. It's cool they're playing around with like voxel style like destructibility.
Yeah.
It's a hard time. Red Faction Gorilla.
It's like right after it comes out.
That was a brand new 3D platforming action game starring Donkey
They
Kong.
got a pretty
called
solid lineup
Donkey Kong
for
Bananza.
the launch.
With incredible strength, smash through enemies, walls, the ground, and just about everything as you demolish your way through a massive underground world. More details will be shared in the future. We hope you're looking forward to it.
Thank you for watching so far.
To recap, Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th. Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available at launch. We'll release Nintendo Switch 2, as well as a bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World.
That'd be the way to go.
Yeah.
For more details, please check the official Nintendo Switch 2 website, which goes live later today.
We've covered a lot of information, but that's all we have to share for today.
You'll have to wait just a bit longer for launch. We are very much looking forward to everyone being able to experience Nintendo Switch 2.
We appreciate you joining us today. Thank you very much.
They didn't. It must be on the website. It's been a big topic today, but just going over everything. Oh, it's a live stream. I didn't see it here, but people have been talking about it all day. The pricing. So, Mario Kart World is going to be $80 digital and $90 physical.
Okay.
Which is what I was saying about this could change everything, because if Nintendo decides to start charging $80 for their games, that's going to embolden everybody else to do it.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of like give Grand Theft Auto 6 the green light to charge whatever the hell they're planning on charging for that game. Because there's been like nonstop speculation and people floating the idea in the wind of like analysts are saying Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be $100. It's like, but has Rockstar said that? And they're like, analysts have said it. It's like, well, why? Like,
Yeah.
You don't have any details to even back that. But then now Nintendo's coming out, and if there's anybody who can sell an $80 game, especially exclusive game, it's Nintendo. People will buy Nintendo, and I know people are pissed about it, but people are going to buy that. But yeah, if they start that, you're going to see other people doing it as well. So I thought that was really interesting, but I didn't see the price point in this presentation, so it must be on their website or something. But yeah, pretty steep, $80. We're going back to Super Nintendo prices.
Yeah.
Because somebody had brought up that back in the Wild West of gaming in the early 90s, there was no set price for games.
Yeah.
So you buy like a $60 game, $80 game. I remember buying Sega Genesis games that were like $80.
Yeah. Wow, and that was a lot more then.
Yeah, exactly. So. That was like fucking crazy. Do I like $80 for a game? Not particularly as a standard, but I have already been buying games.
I would say they
for more.
They're standardizing the digital deluxe price.
Yeah. Which I thought was better anyway, to give people options to have like the lowest end price and then allow people to get more, spend more.
I just don't think Nintendo is going to make versions like that. So
yeah, I don't expect them to either. But I think that's a better model to do that, because it allows people options financially. But yeah, Nintendo straight up is just going to do whatever they want to do, because they know people are going to buy their games. And then I also saw somewhere else as well that bundle with the Switch 2 and World will save you $30 on the game. Between the price of the console and
So. I mean, I think historically they did that kind of stuff anyways with their bundles. So
that would be the way to go if that's all accurate. But with that said, what do we think?
Well, the other thing is, did they say the price of the console in there? Because I didn't catch that either.
I didn't either, but it's $450.
Okay, yeah, that's what I saw. Well, I thought I saw it mine too. So.
Which I speculated between $400 to $500.
Yeah, so that part makes sense to me, especially with them adding new tech and stuff to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, I'm pretty interested. I don't know if I'm a day one buyer, to be honest, just because the only game that was like, none of them are screaming to me, to be quite honest. I think Mario Kart would be a game I would buy, because I know I would enjoy it, but I'm not like an avid Mario Kart player, so I'm not like chomping at the bit to play it. Bravely Default was like the most exciting game for me this entire presentation, and if it gets hard locked onto there, I'll pick it up eventually at that point. And then the brain's not working From Software game, I have an interest in, but I'm not like, also kind of not in love with aspects of it. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Like they make good games, but
I've never played a bad From Software game. So
I just like some of the visual stuff I wasn't like huge on, but that doesn't matter if the game's fun. So but otherwise it's cool. I'm excited that they are making a up-to-date system. I like the idea of being able to have it as a portable device that can play games that are newish when it comes to the third-party development, but obviously brand new Nintendo games because you know the one thing you buy a Nintendo for is the same reason you used to buy like a PlayStation or an Xbox for is exclusives. So
yeah,
but yeah. And I think the price for the console is fair. I think the games makes sense.
Yep.
Obviously, I would prefer not to pay that.
Yep.
But I also know that game development is not cheap and didn't go up for so long. It's just probably too much of a burden at this point. And not to say, oh, well, poor woes, like big companies, but you've seen so much in the last couple of years of like game dev layoffs here and left and right too. And, that didn't come out of nowhere. So,
yeah. Yeah, I get in trouble anytime I say I understand why. Like when it went up to $70, I was like, I've been waiting for that for like multiple generations now.
Yeah.
And people think that's like an instant like defense of it. I'm like, no, that's just me reading where things are going.
Yeah.
Like, of course it's going to go to $70 because the games are getting cheaper to make. That's why you're seeing the conversations now, people going, maybe we should spend less time working on games, and maybe we don't have to try to make the best graphics, and maybe get games out faster in like a couple of years or whatever. The reason they're talking about that is because they're trying to find a way to maintain the price of you paying for the game, but cutting development on it because it costs money over years to make these fucking games, and the cost is going up, but the game price isn't going up. So it's like it doesn't work.
And what I do think some companies should make like big AAA games that maybe are the more expensive ones, but I think the industry should maybe focus more on like AA style games.
I think they should do both. Yeah. I think if they have an idea that needs to be a big AAA games and get people really excited, put the money towards it. But you don't always have to make that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the standard.
Yeah, we see time and time again games that are like AA and like indie games for sure sell like fucking crazy.
Yeah,
you just have to make a fun game. That's it. So they got to adapt to it. But yeah, seeing the price go up to $80. That for me has been expected, but everybody's just waiting for somebody to pull that trigger. Ubisoft is the one that pulled the trigger on the $70 one. I think they were the first people to do that. If not, it was a sports game. Yeah, one of them or a sports game did it first, and everyone in the industry is like waiting for someone to do it because they all want to do it, but like they're like, who's gonna fucking piss people off first?
Right. Who wants to be the guinea pig?
Exactly.
Right.
And so Nintendo coming out going like, this is an $80 game, $90 for physical. Yeah, it's going to upset people, but Nintendo's going to sell. And so now other people are going to see that and go, well, we can also do that. But people are already talking about GTA 6 being a $100 game. So that tells me that there are people in the industry that assume games need to be $100. If they're even defending, a AAA game being $100 or even bringing it up. So $80 is probably lower than they would like. But
my only argument to that is like, the only reason you would need to charge $80, $90, $100 is if you're expecting to sell, a smaller amount, basically. Because like if you sell a game at even at $50, but you sell like 30 million copies, like because Grand Theft Auto is going to be sold to everybody, they're going to make their money.
Yeah.
So it's when you have stuff like the companies who are all floundering, and we all know who they are, but like if they release a game, they aren't guaranteed to sell a ton of copies. So
it is balanced though too, because if you're not guaranteed to sell a bunch of copies and then you up your price, you're probably going to sell less copies.
Sure, I'm just saying where it makes most sense to have those.
And what you're saying reminds me of when VR games first are coming out and they're like $30-$40 for these like 1-2 hour experiences, and people complain about it. And it's like, well, there's less customers for VR games, so they have to make the money somehow. So, but people don't want to think about that. But none of what I'm saying when it comes to this is me defending it. It's just understanding it.
Yeah, for sure. I would
ideally
rather pay $40-$50 a game.
Ideally, specifically in like the last like 4 or 5 years, it's not a great time to be increasing prices for games for people, because people eventually are not going to be buying them.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do with a game that you want $80 for but nobody's buying?
Yeah.
You're going to have to lower the price. So there has to be a middleman somewhere. So they're going to try it out. We'll see how it works. I feel like they're going to do fine with it, but if they keep increasing prices, which I understand why they want to, but people just are not willing to pay for that. We're already seeing like Ubisoft last year was just constantly releasing failure after failure of games that wouldn't sell. If we're already at that point in the AAA industry and you want to start increasing prices even further, you're probably going to see less and less games selling too. And then they're going to go, why aren't people buying AAA games?
Yeah, unless the strategy turns into like, the first 2 weeks is this price, the next 2 weeks is this price, and they just like start like tearing it down.
Or watch them create like a whole game and then like sell like a segment of it like episodically. They're like, oh, this is the first.
I mean, they kind of flirted with that originally with,
Sure.
Was that Final Fantasy? One of the Final Fantasies was flirting with that idea, I thought.
Well, a lot of the episodic gaming was being experimented right after like 2008.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We might see that return, but I don't know. Regardless of all that, what's going on with the industry, the price point is not consumer friendly. I'll put it that way. The price point for the console, though, I think is fine. I think it's completely fair. $450. Like I said, I was speculating $400 to $500. I knew it wouldn't be over $500. And so $450, that's perfect for a brand new console. That's basically a better version of the Switch. I think that makes complete sense. It sounds awesome. I think a lot of the new features are really cool. A lot of them are just kind of modern features that Nintendo should have, and I'm glad they do have, specifically like the game chat stuff. I do think there's a lot of really cool Nintendo stuff when it comes to that with the camera. At first I'm like, it's kind of cool to have a camera, but like that feels like going back to like Xbox 360 era, like, oh, camera, you can have a camera, or PS3, oh, you can have a camera with your fucking console. But they're actually integrating some of that stuff into their games where the heads are above stuff, and while you're playing, or even if you're all in the same room, it's putting your faces in the game while you're playing, while you're looking at the screen. I kind of love that. I think it's really neat. It's very on brand for Nintendo. And so that kind of makes me want to buy that camera. Like at first I'm like, I wouldn't buy that. There's no point for me to buy that. But after seeing that, I'm like, that's kind of a cool feature. So I'm glad they're, kind of thinking outside the box, which I expect from Nintendo. The mouse thing, I'm really curious about that. I think it's such a smart idea, and I hope it's implemented and functions in a way that warrants that idea, because it's a really cool idea. But if it's like half baked and doesn't work well, it's going to fall off. Like you're going to see it in some games, and then eventually it's going to be like an afterthought. But I think it's a really cool idea. Also, all the things they've changed with like the magnetic connectors, I really like that. The dock with a fan, love that. The controller, the Pro Controller, which I actually am a fan of. I have it for my Switch.
Same, yeah.
It's a solid controller.
A good controller,
yeah. The new one looks even better. I love that it has back paddles. Like, it's awesome they even thought to do that, because, well, it's a Pro Controller, so it makes sense. But because the PS5 and the Xbox Pro Controllers have back pedals too. But for a while there, people like just wouldn't do it. So I'm glad they're just jumping out the gate and doing it. Game-wise, I think Mario Kart World actually looks way better than I thought it was going to be. I like Mario Kart. I don't love Mario Kart. I'm not like the biggest fan of it, but I enjoy playing Mario Kart. But, they start feeling kind of samey with like one new feature. This one actually has like a lot of new stuff to it. It feels like, a proper next console upgrade to a franchise. So I'm really excited to see how it functions, what the gameplay's like, and the open world nature of it. I think it sounds awesome. The upgrades to games I expected, but I'm glad that they're hitting it so aggressively. I would like to see pricing. It would be really annoying.
Yeah, they were allergic to pricing in this.
Yeah, well, I don't think they wanted to break the news. But if they're willing to charge $80 for brand new games, I don't think they'll do this. But it would be fucked up if they're like, to upgrade your game, we're going to charge you $40, because it's basically like a Switch 2 game. But, we're not going to charge you full price because it's also a Switch game. But if they did it like, PlayStation does it, $10 upgrade, that'd be awesome. But they're adding like new functionality too. So that tells me I don't think they're going to do it for just $10. But we'll see. We'll find out. If you guys know in the comments, let us know. Because the pricing wasn't really touched on here. a lot of the I liked that that little like tech demo that has the interactive stuff. I kind of hate that they're charging for it. This should come with the console, just like Astro's Playroom style. Like, you know, you bought a new console, you get an interactive tour, but apparently you buy that shit. So that's kind of interesting. But I love that it's like teaching you how the thing is designed. That's kind of cool for, you know, a tech dork like myself who wants to know that stuff, but also having like games involved in it is pretty cool too. I read that, and I don't know if this is true, they didn't talk about it here, but these game cards apparently, they said it has a fast read rate, so that tells me there's something on the cartridge, but people were saying online that that's just a key and that all games are digital, but when you buy a physical copy, you get that, and then your game can only be played when it's plugged in.
I mean, he straight up said faster read rates.
That's what I heard, yeah. So I was like, that tells me there's data being exchanged. You need fast read rate to play a game off of it, not to confirm you own the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I'm really confused about the information I heard earlier and what was said here, so let us know in the comments if you know for sure. And then the new console itself, the bigger screen, is awesome. 1080p, not a big deal. It's gonna look fine on a small screen. LCD screen, which is interesting. I figured by now they'd do an OLED.
Well, because I have an OLED Switch.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I figured they would just start with OLED, but I'm sure they'll sell them later, which kind of sucks.
I'm sure it's to keep the cost down.
1,000%. But 1080p is fine on a small screen like that, and I love that it has 4K on a big screen. That's awesome. So I'm glad they're embracing that. I also love that they're embracing the mouse. I already talked about it a little bit, but like, you know, that like wheelchair basketball game. I love that Civ is going to use it. That's fucking awesome because it opens the door for so much things that you know, I'd love to see done on like an Xbox or a PlayStation. Although there are games that have mouse and keyboard support on those. Elden Ring coming to Switch 2 is awesome. Cyberpunk coming to Switch, awesome. I love seeing all that, all those modern games coming to the Switch. And then a 007 game. I don't know what to think of that. It's interesting that IO is doing it because they already make like, and they even made the joke of like another agent, but like I wonder if it's gonna be like a reskin of fucking Hitman, but you're 007. I don't know. I'll have to see it before I have an opinion on that. I'm not like a huge 007 fan to the point I'm like, oh my god, a James Bond game. I loved GoldenEye, but we're so far past GoldenEye at this point. The Hyrule Warriors, whatever the hell game, looks all right, but I'm not super into Zelda, I guess. So I like Zelda. I'm not the biggest fan though, and so this doesn't do much for me. But I do like Dynasty Warriors games, and I'd be open to it. Also love that they're releasing that GameCube controller for the GameCube controller fans. I'm not a GameCube controller fan myself, but I do love that they bring back classic controllers. I have a newer version of the Duke controller because I loved that controller. And what else was... Oh, and then the From Software game. This is a huge get for this console, getting an exclusive From Software game with Miyazaki being the director of it. That's going to sell the console. That's a console seller. What's it called? Duskbloods?
It's pretty close, if not.
The Duskblood? Yep, Duskbloods. I love that this... People kept saying like this looked like Bloodborne, and sometimes it kind of did, but a lot of it didn't look like Bloodborne at all. And so people, I think, are comparing them a little loosely. This has a very different vibe to it than I mean, that looks Bloodborne-esque, but like they're like there's like this fucking train, he's like flying around shooting, you got this like
it has modern elements.
Yeah, it's got like what's that called, like steampunk vibe to it as well, with the flying dude. Yeah, and then it has like vampire themes, and this Asian theme going on. Like it feels like an amalgamation of like a lot of different things going on. So much so that it just doesn't look or feel. And I'm not talking about gameplay wise, but like stylistic wise, it doesn't look like Dark Souls. It doesn't look like Elden Ring to me. It does kind of look like Bloodborne a little bit, but also that reminds me of Nier. It has like a completely different vibe to it. So I kind of love that, you know, if they're going to make a brand new IP exclusive game, that it stands on its own. It's not just, you know, what was that fucking game that they made? Not From Software, but dudes who make Neo. They made another game that was like basically Neo, but Chinese.
I don't remember.
Like,
I know what you're talking about. But.
So yeah, I wouldn't want something where it just seems like basically the same game. But yeah. I don't know. This looks really cool though, and it's definitely a must play for me. I want to play every single From Software game. Anytime they have a new game, I have to play it. And that this is like a brand new IP and exclusive. He's riding a fucking werewolf, and there's dinosaurs and shit. Like it's crazy looking. But yeah, I'm definitely really, really excited for this, and I want to know more. But yeah, overall, I think this is a really good presentation. A lot of really good information. No price points for some reason, but we've already speculated on that. And some big reveals outside of the console for me. I'm excited about the starting launch. Also the Donkey Kong game. I'm actually more excited about that than I feel like I should be, just because I'm not a huge Donkey Kong guy. I liked the old ones for like Super Nintendo, but and N64, but after that, I kind of stopped playing a lot of them. And so seeing them make like a 3D platformer is pretty exciting to me. So, and I also love that it's doing like the destructible environment thing, because I wouldn't expect that from like a Nintendo game, but here we are. So, but yeah, overall, I think it was a really good presentation, a lot of really cool information. This is definitely a console that if I can, I might buy it on launch, but I do feel like I will be buying it this year. At the very least, and I am interested in a lot of these launch titles, so I'm definitely interested in the From Software games. So yeah, really cool. This is better than I thought it'd be for a presentation, and if I were to grade the presentation, I'd probably give it, I don't know, I'm a sucker for new consoles, so I'd probably give it like a soft A-. I think it was really good, and had a lot of exciting stuff for me. So what would you grade the presentation?
I don't know. I'd probably give it a B+, only because I don't feel like there was a console seller in there for me. So, but I did like the hardware part of it. So.
Yeah. You have anything else you want to say on it?
Nope.
All right. Let us know in the comments what do you guys think about the Nintendo Direct and the Nintendo Switch 2. Are you sold on it? Are you still waiting to see more on it? Are you disappointed with it? What do you think about the price point of the games? What do you think about the games themselves? What game was most exciting for you? What games would you like to see come to the Switch 2? What are some features you were hoping for with the Switch 2, or did they satisfy everything that you wanted from this? And yeah, let us know everything you think about in the comments below when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2 in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode or this TLG Reacts. I've been Seth. It's been Chevy. Thank you, Chevy, for joining me for this. Thank you guys for joining us for this. And stay tuned. We will have a Tastecast, a legit Tastecast, coming out soon. And yeah, until then, have a good one, guys, and take it easy.